The line I chose to cross. I always thought I understood myself. My limits, my morals, the lines I wouldn't cross. But that was before Matthew. Before the way he could tilt his head when he looked at me. Like he was seeing the parts of me I thought I kept hidden. Before I realized how starved I'd been for attention that felt electric instead of predictable. My boyfriend, Piyush, is a good man, steady, familiar, comfortable. And maybe that was the problem. The night everything shifted, I'd stayed late to finish a quarterly report. The office was quiet in that way where every tiny sound felt louder, more intimate. I didn't even know Matthew was still there until I heard his door open behind me. "You should be home, Lena," he said. His voice low, warm, and somehow closer than he actually stood. I turned in my chair. "So should you." He smiled at the kind of smile that wasn't on his. Resumed but explained why people listened to him anyway. He walked over, setting a mug of tea on my desk. His fingers brushing mine in a way that absolutely wasn't necessary. And absolutely wasn't accidental. "You work too hard," he said softly. Something in me flickered at the sound of that. At being noticed. "I could say the same to you," I replied. He sat on the edge of my desk, too close. Close enough that I could smell his cologne, something warm, subtle, expensive. Close enough that my heartbeat felt like it was living in my throat. We talked about work, about pressure, about how carrying responsibility gets heavy when no one sees it. It was the kind of conversation that shouldn't have felt intimate, but did. Like the room kept shrinking around us. At one point, he reached out and tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. The touch was small, but it cracked something open inside me. "You deserve to be appreciated," he murmured. I should have pulled back. Instead, I whispered, "I don't think I am." His expression changed. Gentler, but also sharper. Like he'd known this moment was coming long before I did. "Lena," he said quietly, "don't tell me that unless you want me to hear it." The air between us thickened. I could feel the heat of him, the weight of everything we weren't supposed to want. "I shouldn't be here," I said. "But you are," he replied. When I stood up, it was instinctual, like my body had decided before I had. He didn't move at first, just watched me, waiting to see what I would choose. I stepped closer. His breath caught. And when he finally put his hands on my waist, the world tilted. Not fast, not rushed, slow. Deliberate.